Hello, my name is Teacher Samwel. I'm going to teach you electrochemistry for advanced level. The topic consists of some subtopics. As you see, there is redox reaction, electrode potential, complex compound, solubility, product of sparingly soluble substance, and the common ion effect. Calculations on solubility, product of sparingly soluble substance, common ion effect, calculations of common ion effects. As you see, buffer solution, salt hydrolysis, conductivity of solution, and their calculation of conductivity, acid and base concept. For today, let's start with redox reaction. What is redox reaction plus? Redox reaction is reaction which undergoes both oxidation and reduction at the same time. As you see in the example there, O is the reaction which involves two reacting substances in which one substance is oxidized and the other substance is reduced. Consider this reaction as shown there, unsulfated copper chloride. You see, after finding their oxidation state in the reactant side and the product side, specifying oxidation state of the reacting species, the equation appears as you see there. There is equation that undergoes oxidation and another undergo half reduction reaction. Now, let's go to see the meaning of oxidation and reduction. Oxidation, the term oxidation can be defined in four different ways. 1. Addition of oxygen to a substance. As you see, aluminium reacting with oxygen to form aluminium oxide. So that is oxidation reaction because oxygen was added to aluminium to get aluminium oxide. Another meaning of oxidation is removal of hydrogen from a substance. For example, reaction between calcium and hydrochloric acid. There, hydrogen was replaced by calcium to get calcium chloride, and the hydrogen they evolved out. So there, hydrogen was removed from a hydrochloric acid. So that's why we say oxidation is removal of hydrogen from a substance. That is oxidation reaction. Meaning of oxidation reaction. Another, loss of electron by a substance. As you see, sodium at gaseous state ionized to form sodium ions. Another meaning of oxidation is increasing oxidation state of a substance. As you see, ion 2 to ion 3, there is increase in oxidation state from 2 positive to 3. And now let's go to see the meaning of reduction. The term reduction can also be defined in different ways, which is opposite to oxidation process. 1. Removal of oxygen from a substance. From the beginning, we see that oxidation is the addition of oxygen to a substance. Here, as you see, you remove oxygen from a substance. For example, reaction between lead oxide and the carbon. Oxygen was removed from lead compound, lead oxide, to get lead and carbon dioxide. Another, addition of hydrogen to a substance. That is another meaning of reduction. Addition of hydrogen to a substance. For example, reaction between hydrogen and chlorine gas, hydrogen gas and chlorine gas to get hydrochloric acid. That is addition of hydrogen to a substance, and it is reduction reaction. Another meaning is gaining of electron by a substance. For example, chlorine, after adding electron, it means this is electron affinity to get chlorine and ions. That is reduction reaction, and it is another meaning, gaining of electron by a substance. Another, decrease in oxidation state of a substance. Another meaning of reduction is decrease in oxidation state. As you see, iron was reduced from iron 3 to iron 2 of oxidation state for oxidation state 2. So that is another meaning of reduction. Now, let's see the meaning of the following terms. Very important. Oxidizing agent, or we call it oxidant. When you say oxidizing agent, is a chemical substance which accepts electron in a chemical reaction. It means during the reaction, in order for reaction to occur, there must be the electron acceptors and the electron suppliers. So, oxidizing agents are chemical substances which accept electrons during the reaction or during the chemical reaction. While reducing agent is reductant. That is a chemical substance that supplies electron in a chemical reaction. In order for any reaction to occur, there must be an oxidant or something that accept electrons and another that supply electron, that so that the reaction can occur. So reducing agents, or we call it a reductant, so are the chemical substance that supplies electron in a chemical reaction. Now let's go to see balancing redox reaction in acidic media. A redox reaction must always be balanced with respect to materials or atoms and the charges. Materials are balanced first before the charges. So to balance a redox reaction, you have to balance corresponding to in respect to the materials, which is atoms and the charges. Balancing of materials that we have the rules for balancing them are oxygen and hydrogen atoms only. Other materials apart from oxygen and hydrogen atoms are balanced by trial and error method or common method. When balancing redox reaction, other materials are balanced first and the oxygen and the hydrogen are balanced at last. So between oxygen and the hydrogen atoms are balanced first. Balancing of oxygen atom. Oxygen atoms are balanced by adding water molecules on the side where there is no oxygen atoms, or on the side with fewer number of oxygen atoms. So in order to balance oxygen in the reaction, you have to make sure you add water molecules. If there is 7 oxygen in the reactant side, you must add 7 water molecules in the product side, or in the side where there is no oxygen. Therefore it will show that there you have balanced the oxygen. You may see in the reaction there, as you see how the reaction appear. So that is how to balance oxygen. Balancing of hydrogen atoms. Hydrogen atoms are balanced by adding equal number of hydrogen protons with respect to the number of hydrogen in water molecule. For example, if the water molecule is 7 water molecules, it means there is 7 times 2, you get 14 hydrogen protons. So in order to balance hydrogen, you must add 14 hydrogen proton in the side where there is no hydrogen. As you see, for example, in our equation there, you see 14 hydrogen protons in the reactant side and the 14 hydrogen from water molecules in the product side. And as you see there, how the reaction appear. Balancing of charges. Another is balancing charges when you are balanced. After the equation is balanced with respect to materials, then balance charges. Charges are balanced by adding electrons on the side with high net charges. For example, from equation 4 above, it appears that the net charges on the left hand side is 12 positive and the 4 on the right hand side. Thus, to balance charges, 8 electrons are added to the left hand side and the equation is changing. As you see this equation 4 and the down, how it appears there, it's how to balance charges. Thank you very much. This is introduction for redox reaction.